Good morning, everybody. If you're like me, you enjoy walking. And as you age, walking is one of the best exercises you can do, and most of the experts in fitness would agree with that. But there are times when you might want to increase your activity a little bit above the normal walking speed. So you can do that by simply walking faster, or you can make another simple change to your walking style that will really help increase your fitness. What am I talking about? I'm talking about walking up hills. As you move to increase the intensity of your exercise, it's easy to think that you need some special types of equipment to do that. Things like treadmills, ellipticals, exercise bikes, what have you. And certainly those types of equipment have their place, especially for places like Canada here, where we have long cold winters and it's often hard to exercise outside. But as long as you can walk outside safely, walking up hills is a good place to start. The beauty of walking is it doesn't really require any specialized type of equipment. Oh, you might need some special shoes perhaps, or just preferred shoes that you like to wear for walking and jogging or that kind of thing. But other than that, you don't really need any big investment in a particular exercise machine. It's also easy to just get dressed and go out. Out here in our old sand pit, we have a number of hills that are left from the old excavation of the pit. Some of them are gentle slopes, some of them are steep slopes, so there's a lot of choices here to get the type of intensity I need if I want to do it. Here's a nice little sandy trail type slope I could walk up that's fairly gentle slope. Now if I walk up this way, it's a much steeper slope, probably a 45-degree angle. But if I walk along this little precipice or little edge here, it's a lot less of a slope. Turning on this side, we have a big hill here, again about a 40 or 45-degree slope here, depending where you walk, and that's probably 25 or 30 meters up. So I'm at the base of this big hill here, and it's actually probably more than 30 meters. But I'll try walking up it. We'll just see how long it takes. This one's actually quite steep. We had a frosty night last night too, so the hill may actually be slippery with all these leaves sitting on it as well. So I might not be able to climb easily without using my hands on the ground, but we'll see. I'm getting a fairly good grip so far. I'm just going back and forth a little bit too, just to lessen the direct steepness. Yeah, it is a bit frosty underneath. Slipping here a bit. Amazing how slippery that is when it gets frozen. Jeez. Oh. Here's what I'm coming up. There you go. And I'm sure you can tell by my breath, it's a good workout. There's what I just came up. Might be 40 or 50 meters up. And I'm not in the greatest of shape right now. But you can see that climbing hills can really wind you just walking up them. Now, if you're just starting out trying to get more fit, generally, then you would want to start on low hills, low slopes, and just walking up them. Then you might want to increase your speed up those low slopes a little bit. And then you could find hills with a bit steeper slope for the next progression. And then same thing, maybe increasing your speed up them. So some people like to jog up them once they get a little more fit. And then of course you can go to bigger hills if you have some bigger hills near where you live. Whatever you have, you can make use of though. If you have smaller hills in city parks, or even if you have stairs that you can climb up on local buildings or within local buildings, wherever you may live, you can probably find some kind of a hill or a duplicate of a hill like stairs that you can use to increase your fitness level. Anyhow, I just thought I'd mention that it's a good place to start. It doesn't require a lot of equipment. Just find yourself a nice little hill slope to begin on. You know, go up there repeatedly for a number of weeks perhaps. Now here's one of the smaller slopes that I can walk in the old sand pit. This one's probably a 25-degree slope or a 20-degree slope, I'm not sure. Still plenty to give you that extra resistance you need to get your breathing up. This one's only maybe 30 meters up to this top point here, and then what you can do is you just get to the top of the hill and you turn around and you go back down. Yeah, it's a little repetitive, maybe seems a little silly, but you're doing it for a purpose, to get your body more used to intensity demands that it hasn't been used to. Down at the bottom, turn around, go up again, and so on. Here's an even shallower slope that I walk up virtually every day just as part of my daily walks. I don't typically go on this one repeatedly, but you could certainly do that. This one's only about probably a 15-degree slope or 10-degree slope, depending where you walk. I'm going on an angle right now, but I could go up this way and make it steeper. It's a good idea to swing your arms widely as well, because that increases the demand on your heart. Now obviously, before you make any significant changes to your exercise regimen, whether you're going from nothing to quite a bit of exercise, or whether you're already used to a certain level and you're going to bump it up significantly, you should always talk it out with your doctor. Maybe have him check your general fitness at the current state, just to make sure he or she thinks you're able to take on the fitness that you're trying to do. Never hurts to get a fitness check, that kind of thing. I'm not promoting anyone to go out and just start doing this willy-nilly unless you're quite certain that you're able to do these levels that you're trying to attain. Here's another little slope here with a bit of a trail that's about a 35-degree or 40-degree slope. 35 maybe. Still a good angle to get your heart working. Not extremely long right here, but I can add to it by just going up this next level here if I want to. It's quite steep though. It's not easy to get up there without slipping. So I would probably tend to just go up and down this trail a number of times. You can hear there, just from walking up there, that little bit, and I'm winded a bit. If you want to put more effort into it, you can try jogging up these if you're in that level of fitness to begin with. Then you turn around and go back up. Now at this location in North America, we'll be getting snow here very shortly. In fact, we're supposed to get 5 to 10 centimeters tonight, mixed with ice pellets and freezing rain, so it's hard to know exactly how much we'll have on the ground, but suffice it to say we'll have snow on the ground before long here, so that makes walking up hills more difficult for sure. But as long as there isn't too much snow on the ground, you can keep doing it. And as long as you have proper footing, what I do here in the winter when it gets icy and snowy, I'll put those cleats on the bottom of my boots, those metal cleats you can buy that just strap onto the lower parts of your soles, and they're great for just adding that extra grip so you're not slipping. Then once the snow gets really deep, then it becomes harder to certainly do any hill climbing. I try to keep the major trails open here in the pit with the tractor snowblower in the winter, so we can at least walk these trails easily. The woodland trails are more snow covered, but we pack those down as well with the snowshoes, or just by walking on them repeatedly every day, they get packed down. So anyhow, if you are interested in increasing your fitness to a new level and you haven't done it yet, certainly consider finding yourself a hill or a few hills in your local area and just go up and down them a number of times each day or a few days a week. And I think you'll find your fitness level increases because you're exposing your body and your heart to greater intensity level of exercise, and over time the body will get used to that and you'll be able to do more work with less energy expenditure.